Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here, joining you on Wednesday evening. I had a weird occurrence today. By the way, I had a long weekend, which is why I got all those videos posted. Deer hunt in Utah. So Monday and Tuesday, the public schools were off, so I had to let my students out as well. I had a weird occurrence today. I was teaching Caden. He's doing so well in multiplication and everything. I mean, he's just practicing now on it, but he's got it. So I'm not going to hold him on that. He's going to learn other stuff while he just gets those facts down. Finding common denominators, then adding. So like a quarter plus 3/5 is equal to 5/20 plus 12/20. Find common denominators, which means you multiply, and you multiply this by that and that by this, right? And I thought I would do Caden and Cuman together on it. Cuman's a couple years behind Caden, 2 years I think behind him, or maybe just 1 year. He's a grade under him, like a year and a half younger than him though. And I thought I would do them together on it, but then I thought Cuman's not picking up too quick on his times tables. That's the problem, is 7s, 8s, and 9s and stuff. Caden's getting those, and Cuman's taking a while, so I thought I'll hold him back. So as I'm teaching this finding common denominators to Caden, Cuman listens in. And at this one point, Caden's being very stubborn, not giving me the answer. And Cuman said something, and I thought he had the answer, so I said, okay, hold on a second. Cuman, listen carefully. Erased it, started over. I said, explained it to him real quick, and as I start, he says, do I have to do this? So I grabbed one of his math sheets from him, division, and I was like, you don't have to do that today, you don't have to do that till tomorrow, if you listen to this lesson. Just took me about 10 seconds. I just ran over again because he had gotten it, I assumed. So then I said, for 100 owlers, which is a lot, or a pretty good owler question is 20, extremely hard ones are 50. I said, for 100 owlers, Caden, who I'd been teaching this to for 10 minutes, and I was about to start hitting my head against the wall. He wasn't getting it. And there's Cuman, who was not listening to me, and or supposedly wasn't listening to me, but was getting it better than Caden. I said, for 100 owlers, what would I multiply each side by? And it's just an easy pattern. This one goes over there, and that one goes over there, and you multiply both sides by that. And Caden started focusing and stressing out, and both of them started bouncing up and down in their seat, and they both yelped out the wrong answer, and I waited and shook my head slowly, and then they're both thinking they knew it, and they're trying to remember the pattern I showed them, and then finally Cuman blurted out 3, which was the answer. And then I said, oh, what on this side? And then now Caden gets the pattern again. That's right. Oh, that's the pattern. And then they both blurt out the same answer nearly the same time, but Cuman got it first. So I gave Cuman $100 for picking up on it when Caden could not. And I realized afterwards, I had asked Caden, so which number do we multiply this by? And the little bugger knew, because there were only 3 options, and he gave me both of the options that were not the right answer. So he had avoided the 3rd option, and then I said no on the 2nd one. Which one? He said, I don't know. He would not even name the right one when it was the last one open to him. So that's when, at that point, I was like, you know what, if you're going to stonewall me, I'll bet I can teach it to Cuman in 5 seconds, which I did. Now at this point, just handed Cuman $100, and I said, Caden, you need to start giving me the right answer when you know it. And then I handed Caden the worksheet, and I said, if you have any questions on it, just let me know. He did the entire worksheet with 1 problem wrong, where he forgot to carry a 1 when he was doing his math. And he just would not give me the right answer. So, he, I think, probably is the one who was diagnosed with a learning disorder. Maybe not, though. He's way behind Cuman, who's younger than him. He's behind Cuman in reading and spelling. And he's struggling to stay ahead of Cuman in math. I'm trying not to just let Caden go ahead in math and, hold Cuman back. And here I'm not trying not to hold Cuman back, and there Cuman's picking up on the stuff I wasn't even trying to give him. So Caden, the older one, is learning more and more that just smiling and giving the wrong answer doesn't fly. It doesn't get you owlers, it doesn't get you prestige, and the other classmates think that it's funny that Caden was getting the wrong answer after I taught it to him, while Cuman picked up on it. But then we have the evidence, don't we? Caden is just being a cute little snot or something. He's got someone influencing him somewhere, doesn't he? That's making him just want to... He knew the answer, and that's why he purposefully avoided giving me the answer. He danced around and gave me the other two, and then said he couldn't figure it out. But then I offer $100. Gets motivated when all that stuff went down. He missed one on that whole sheet. First day he's ever done it in his life. He missed one on the arithmetic. Now I haven't wrapped my head around this yet, but I just thought I'd let you know what's going on. It's fun. I also have a student, Brandon's younger brother, not my younger brother, Brandon's younger brother, who wants to attend, his older brother, who wants to attend. But the problem is that family has 4 children, and I let one of them in free because he's the best friend of the other 3 kids that I have, and they're all brother and sister. So there's 3 brother and sister, and 1 I've got free, the neighbor kids. And I said I can only give you one. I can let one of your kids in free. I'd be happy to do that so that these kids have a friend starting right out. They want Daniel to come, so I said, if you can make a monetary contribution. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next $100 I receive will sponsor Brandon's older brother Daniel to come for the next month. $100 a month. That comes down to $5 a day. That, as you've heard on those, the commercials, for the price of a cup of coffee every day, you could keep a child alive in Africa. Hey, come on. I'm making videos. Just get up there, knucklehead. Well, for the price of like a Starbucks coffee every day, you can allow Brandon's older brother to come. It's getting dire because Brandon is getting way ahead. Cats are upset. Brandon's getting way ahead of Daniel in math. Brandon knows basic multiplication and division now, even though I've pulled him back into we're just doing add and subtract, so he gets those facts down. But he can do basic multiplication and division, and he can carry. He can now add numbers, 6, 8, 10 digits long. So he's doing very well and just blows Daniel out of the water, and in math. Now, Daniel at least was hierarchically ahead of Brandon in math, so that gave him a little headway. In history, they both started at 0, and Daniel is still, endlessly clueless about everything. Because these kids were endlessly clueless, but I've had them for over a month now. They're starting to be smart little cookies. They're starting to know a little bit about things. The next $100 I receive, thank you very much, I appreciate it, and so would Daniel. He needs to be rescued, or else he's going to be embarrassed by his smart little brother. Now, there's 2 other kids in that family, but they are not an option, because it turns out that they're children, the 2 ones that are attending here are children-in-law, right? And the 2 natural children of the father will not be pulled out of public school. He says, no, not my kids. You can take the older kids, but not mine. Whatever. Right. Keep them safe. Just don't let them go get turned into smart little cookies, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, for $100 you can rob Daniel out of, and just send 20, and I'll just tell you all when I've got $100 to pay for his next month. Sponsorship is what I'm looking at here. Weird stuff in the classroom. Smart little students picking up on stuff that I'm not saying to them. Stubborn students who won't give me the right answer even though they know it, and then end up getting -1 on a whole sheet of problems they've never seen or done before in their entire life. Weird stuff. I'm just doing a good job of teaching them. This sort of stuff can't be kept a lid on long, and I'll have other students soon. It's going to get exciting, and it's finally going. It's finally going.